Well, hi friends, welcome to the shop. My name is Brian Cosby and this is Provide and Protect. And today I want to share with you what I believe are the most helpful, essential, and portable tools for your everyday projects. This is my Take Anywhere tool bag. The things that I use in here, I use every day when I'm working around the house, when I'm working in the shop here, when I'm going over to the pasture, doing any kind of projects. This is what I take along maybe with these two things, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But if you've not already done so, please consider hitting that like button and also subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate that support. And with that, let's jump right in. I want to give you just a little bit of background to this tool bag and why I like it. The bag itself is great. I mean, no problems with this. And I'll try to leave some links for some of the stuff down in the description below. This is just a basic generic tool bag. Nothing really too special about it. It's got a bunch of pockets that I have found handy and helpful, and you probably have some better recommendations on this, and I'd love to hear from that. So please let me know if you have a little tool bag like this that you use. Please let me know, because I'm always looking out for some better equipment. But the background on this is that over the last maybe 10-15 years, I've been working on trying to narrow down to those essential tools that I really use every day. Now, I have backups of everything in here in my shop. So I need to say that. So if I'm actually doing stuff around the shop, I've got tool cabinets and other things here. But the things that are in here are those things that I think are most essential when you're just needing to grab it and go. You know, it's interesting, and probably you've been looking around or you've seen some of those pre-made tool boxes and tool bags, and they're typically just cheap materials. They don't last long. They're really not for what you might call, and what my friend over at Wrangler Star calls a professional homesteader would use, and so I really steer away from those and just building your own. And that's where I really want to share with you today. So let's take a look at this, and I will share this is going to be not a long video, but I do want to share some of the main things that are in here, and I think why they might be helpful for you. So here's the tool bag, and I want to just do this very quickly and look at this maybe even by categories of the things that are in here. And actually, you know what? Maybe I should just first start with maybe stating the obvious. These over here, probably the most #1 used tool. Yeah, probably so. I grabbed this more than anything else, and I've got a number of different batteries, 5 amp, 2 amp, just depending on what application I'm doing. If I'm going to be going for a while, I'll grab a different battery. I've got just a battery bag of different things, and that's a nice thing. You don't have to do DeWalt, of course, but just any brand, any of these kind of major brands that you find, and I think they're great value. They're not the highest quality, they're not the lowest quality. They're just a good, whether it's Milwaukee or DeWalt or something like that. But what I found is that when you do one, it's good to do a lot of the same. You probably notice a lot of DeWalt stuff around my shop. And the reason is because I can change out these batteries with saws. I've got several DeWalt saws. I've got, whether it's a trimmer, like a brush trimmer, or other things, I can just change out the battery and it's good to go. I've never had any issue with DeWalt. I'm not sponsored by DeWalt. It's just what I've gone with and what has been most helpful to me. My first DeWalt set of drill and screwdriver were probably in 2003. Is when I first got my first set. They were huge. Obviously these are a lot more lightweight than what they were. Anyway, I found these to be I've never had an issue with them, and my sons have them now, and they use them for their own projects. So I should just say that I carry these two things around with me all the time. One is obviously a set of bits that I use. Again, you don't have to get DeWalt, but just a set of bits. Just have throw it in your tool bag, and then I carry this set of various sizes of whether it's Phillips head or you got the star bits, flathead, various different things here. So typically I'll throw this over on the side here, It's also a kind of nice thing. I keep bits and various screws and other things over there, so typically I throw this one over there. But anyway, need to get those out of the way because I do carry these and I use them quite often. All right, just for construction stuff like framing and cutting wood and all that, obviously you're going to need kind of the 3 essential things here. You know, in building, you've got your hammer. This is just an S-wing. This is probably pretty popular, 16 ounce. I'll go into another video on hammers. Unfortunately, I've got strong opinions on hammers. This is a good one. I have better ones, but this is the one that I do just keep in here because it's a little smaller and I can use it all the time. Obviously, you got your triangle, oddly enough called framing square, but anyway, that, you know, I've loved this Stanley FatMax 25 foot. So it's easy to see, you know, never had issues with it. So this is what I carry around. Now, when it comes, now I do have a spare, but I should say I've got a spare Craftsman 16 foot that I like just to keep in there. But I do have a number of kinds of pliers, snips, various things like that. I do like this. I don't know if you call it Knipex or Knipex, but it's a German, so it's made in Germany, a German brand, very high quality I found. It's similar to maybe American Snap-on or something for those kinds of tools, but you know, I found, you know, here's some needle nose, kind of just the essentials here, wire cutters and whatever else here. These, I can't remember what they call these, Cobra grips or something, but also Knipex. But really high quality. Oftentimes, you know, I'll just grab these. Maybe my needle nose or something. But I'll just, you know, these are just you just got to have them. Of course, some linemen's. You know, if you're doing some electrical work, you know, your linemen's. I mean, with these, you know, 5 right here, you can do pretty much anything that you need as far as gripping or you know, trying to grab or cut some wire or something like that. This is pretty much all you need. These things, and you don't have to get Knipex. I know these are expensive, so you know, don't have to get these, especially if you're starting out. But I've just found that I've gone through these over and over and over. Why not just get something that's good quality? You know, the idea of cry once, and so love those. You know, I do have, you know, just some basic wrenches in here like this as well, because you know, you always need, and this is just something cheap, I think. I don't know. Obviously your screwdrivers, got these, got a variety of screwdrivers. Again, this is kind of dirty because this is my everyday working tool bag and I just pulled it out, but just kind of a variety of everyday screwdrivers in here. And on the screwdriver thing, I also have, whereas over here, some like mini ones. Sometimes you just need mini ones, and I found these are helpful. Something like this that has a spinny top, so you can put force on it while you're unscrewing or screwing in. So just FYI on that. Maybe I should just kind of go on the outside just for a second. Obviously, pencils, make these flat so they don't roll off the table. Have a marker, because sometimes you just need a marker and it's easier, especially if you're just doing a touch of a point. You know, if you're measuring and you just want to just do a little dot where you need to drill and you don't want to use the tip of this, marker is nice. Whether it's a center punch or an awl or something, I've got those here. Sometimes if I need to grab, oh, look at that, found a star bit. So little magnet thing, and so that's what that is for. Some other pens and markers here. Around the outside, maybe this can kind of go with some of the electrical and pliers, just a basic, you know, if I need to work with some electrical wire or something, got these handy. Some basic scissors, you know, you always need scissors for random stuff. You know, some of the most helpful things I found in a toolkit is a knife. Sorry about that. Utility knife. So I've loved these little just Stanley basic ones. I've used these for years and years. They've always done great. You can just unscrew this. There's extra blades in here. Take it apart, put a new blade on, or switch this one, and that's great. These are typically a little bit cheaper, but they're also work because you can break off, you know, the dull part and put on new ones. So those also are can be nice, and it's always nice to have some extra blades with you. Over here, this kind of goes with my my impact driver. Put this in there, and if you need to get into a 90-degree space, kind of a closed space, if there's a wall right here and you still need to screw something in, then I just grab that. So that stays there. Always need a level. Not really sure why I have two in here. Probably don't need two in here. Probably just threw in here accidentally. So, but you need at least one, just basic torpedo level. And obviously this is just one of those everyday necessary things when you're working in framing and hanging anything. Just good to have. And really the brand doesn't really matter. Most of them have a magnetic side on them. Some of them have this little ridge, which is actually kind of nice if you are doing something that has a little bit of ridge on it, to put that on there. But any of these torpedo ones, I do like the ones, see how this one tapers off a little bit more? I like the ones that are straight all the way instead of the taper off. I don't know why they just make it straight, because then you get more length. So just something like this, I think is just great. So a few other things. Got another one of these in there. Maybe that was the same one. Brush, never know. Need a brush. Oh, I do have another one. There's an Irwin one. I'm always using those. Yeah, between cleaning, brush, WD-40, gotta have that. I use this all the time. I've got an excavator. I've got 2 different trailers. You know, just all the time using WD-40 on stuff. As you know, there's probably a million uses for WD-40. Just good to have a little bottle in your kit. Back to the electrical. Just making sure if you're doing some kind of testing on a socket or something that you're working on, a voltage tester, making sure that socket is not hot, or if it is, that you're aware of that before you start doing anything with it. If you're needing to pull out some nails, you know, this thing is just super handy, this little S-wing. And you know, you can just pull out nails, you can pry with it if you need to get 2 boards apart or something. You know, it's just a great little tool to have in there. Cutting metal, I probably don't use this as much, but you know, it's one of those kind of EDC philosophy things that if it's there or you need it and it's there, fantastic. Just have it, throw it in there. And then I think some of this other stuff is just random and miscellaneous. I do have another one of these crescent wrenches in there, but some of these are just more miscellaneous. Got a flashlight in here and a lighter. Actually, I got 3 lighters in here. I don't smoke, but you know, there's 3 lighters in case. But basically, I use these for burning the ends of paracord. If I'm doing something like that, I've got it. Another screwdriver. Let's see. Different tape. Obviously, if you're doing some things for a air tool or something or whatever, you need this. I'm going blank on it. Shoot. You know what I'm talking about. This kind of tape. And then electrical tape here. Instead of Allen wrenches, obviously, you always need. You know, there's bike repairs, things in your house that have these Allen wrenches. Again, all this stuff I've got here in the shop, but when I'm just on the go, and I think this, let's see, yeah, this is Imperial. This is just an Imperial one. I've got a metric one also. Another electrical, obviously wire stripping tool. You got some, you never know when you need some zip ties for something. Paint can stuff, opening a paint can. Another kind of one of these small kind of 90-degree screwdrivers. And I think that's pretty much it. Just some random other stuff in here. Some wire, whatever else, but that's pretty much it. I do carry on the side over here, if I just grab my box of sockets or something, I've got those. And then if I want to use this for putting other kinds of bits in there, I can. So I carry those with me over here, and some star bits and other things. But that's basically it. And really, it's nothing more and nothing less. Oh yeah, I forgot. I do have a file in here. Don't think I really ever use that, but if you ever need a file to sharpen something, you got it, or shave something off. But that's basically it. And again, I would love to hear if you have a better setup. Please let me know. I would love to know and learn how better to do it. But this, for me, over the years, and I keep changing out bags and basically putting the same kind of tools in every time. And this is what I've come up with over 10 or 15 years of just home use that I found very, very helpful. And if there's something I'm missing here that you found really helpful to have in your bag, please let me know that too. I'm really interested in hearing that. So anyway, hope y'all have a great day today or tonight, whenever you're watching this, and we will catch you on the next video.